Hello everyone, welcome back again. I'd like to talk about the cycle of abuse, the cycle of a narcissistic abuse. I think by now, majority of you will be familiar with what narcissistic abuse is. If you're not, please just go to my old videos and try to learn from it so that you understand what I am talking about. And I also want to state this. I know that we are in the world of social media. Everybody uses the word narcissism loosely. Some people might possess toxic traits, but that doesn't make them a narcissist. Please, before you go ahead calling everyone a narcissist, be sure that that person checks all the books. However, before you can actually diagnose someone on NPD, it has to be done by either a psychologist or medically. You can't just put a label on it. I had to put that out there. So that being said, I'll talk about the cycle of narcissistic abuse. So what's the cycle of narcissistic abuse? So they have the cycle. It is just the routine. It comes in three stages. The first stage is the idealization stage. At this stage, they love bomb you. Oh my god, a narcissist will meet you literally in the morning. By night, he has fallen in love with you because they have a way of trying to. Before the narcissist comes close to you, he already knows about you. He already knows what you want, and he already knows what he can benefit from you. So when the narcissist, they are falling in love with that idea of who you are. So they fall in love quickly and they love bomb you. You know, this phase is usually called the honeymoon face. The narcissist makes you feel incredibly special. You feel like, oh, this guy makes me feel special. This guy makes me feel like I'm the only most important thing in the room when I walk in and stuff like that. They idealize you and they treat you like the best thing that has ever happened to them. They would even tell you they will fall in love quickly. I don't even know who falls more in love quickly than a narcissist that needs a house to stay, like does not have a home. You know, so once they see that you are providing all of that, trust me, they just fall in love with you. So how does it work? They shower you with so much love and affection. Oh, you don't even want to think of it. You see that love bombing stage? They will bombard you with love. I mean, something that you've not experienced all your life. And I keep saying it. See, if it seems too good to be true, it probably is actually too good to be true. They will give you all the love, attention, admiration. They will tell you, I've not met anyone like you. They are smooth operators. They move very fast. You know, and before you know it, bam, 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 everything is happening so fast, and you're like, oh, I mean, this is how it should be or something. Then they also mirror you. I don't know how they do it, but they know what you had, they know who you had, they know where you're coming from. So they're telling you things, and it feels like, oh, I have just met myself in another person. So you just feel like, what can go wrong? This person understands me, knows me so well. They also make you feel safe. They make you feel like, oh, that they're deeply connected with you, you know, and all of that. So what does it feel like for the victim? At this idealization stage, the victim experiences overwhelming happiness and excitement. You feel a strong emotional attachment and connection to the narcissist, you know. So you trust the narcissist with all of your life. You just feel like, what could go wrong? That the best thing that could happen is for you to just give in to love, you know. I mean, who doesn't like to give in to love, you know? But the reality check is this: the narcissist does not love you. They don't love any other person but themselves. They just like to use you as a source of supply, and they also like the way you make them feel, the way you project them. You know, so who falls in love? Who falls in love faster than the narcissist? Like I said earlier, I mean, no word. They fall quickly in love with you, especially, you know, a broke narcissist will fall in love with someone who can give them, you know, the kind of life they think. When they see, oh, this person is single and this person has money, this person, you know, they are rushing in quickly and they are bombarding you with so much love, you know, just to draw you in and to suck you in, to make you just feel like, I mean, this is the best thing that can happen. So after the idealization phase, which is the honeymoon phase, the love bombing phase, the now starts. By the time you're in, say you're married to this narcissist now, so you already have a child for this narcissist. Mind the narcissist sees you as a damaged goods once you have a child. For them, you just see like, who can ever be interested in someone who is damaged? They see you as a, because they see, a narcissist sees you as an item, and you're always an object to them. They do not see that emotional connection thing. They don't know how it feels like. They do not understand it. So what do once they feel like they've gotten you? They begin to devalue you. You see the devaluation stage. Sometimes it happens right from the day you either give birth to a child, or from the day you get married, or the day you just get sucked in. You just see the narcissists, they begin to say mean things about you. Oh, look at how you look. I mean, when others are doing something, do you think it is someone like you that they are looking for there? I mean, they don't want you because, I mean, you know, the narcissists just keep saying things like, oh, you're not good enough. I mean, you're just there. Who wants to get a damaged good like you? They begin to say demeaning things. Literally, no, I want narcissists in here. They don't have good mouths. And you know the funny thing, they come up on the outside. They are the nicest people on the outside. They are your G on the outside. They are quite relatable on the outside, you know. But when they are with their victims, they will make their victims feel worthless. They make you feel like shit. And God help you too, you begin to exhibit those anxious anxiety and everything. You're anxious because you're feeling like, but this guy just loved me. He was just love bombed me. He was showing me that was the best thing that happened to him. Or the lady is showing you that you're the best thing that happened to her. And all of a sudden, they begin to devalue you, you know. They make you feel worthless. And then so how does it work? For the victim becomes critical and you become distant. It makes you feel like you're doing something wrong. And oh, God now help you, you now begin to try to want to just do things right. You will try and try and try. And there's nothing that you do at this stage that is ever good enough for the narcissist. So even at this devaluation stage, that is when all the quarrels, the fights and everything start, because everything you say or you do will be used against you. The narcissist will twist the facts, he will twist everything. And because he already knows that you can react, they begin to like manipulate you. They are, you know, they're triggering your reaction so that they can also go ahead with the smear campaign. They gaslight you. We talked about gaslighting. They compare you to others. That's a triangulation. They compare you. They pick fights over the littlest of things. A narcissist wants you to be walking on eggshell around them. They just want you to always be agitated. There's that quarrel. In fact, sometimes the narcissist will just, you know, sometimes the quarrel just starts with just a look. You know, a look and, you know, that condescending and look. They might not even say anything. And then you start forgetting. You're like, what have I done? What they want you to continue to second guess yourself, and then they will blame you for their bad behavior. If a narcissist should cheat or lie, it is always someone else's fault. See, a narcissist would never take accountability for their action. There is nothing they do that is their fault. Everything has to be someone else's fault. It's someone. Imagine a grown ass person telling you that, oh, I mean, you felt, I mean, I'm trying to look for the basic example I can give, but you just cannot just hold yourself and say, oh, I just made an error, that was why. So we all make mistakes, nobody is perfect. But you see, narcissists, they would, before they take accountability for their imperfection, you see, heaven and earth has to pass away, except of course, you know, they become self-aware and they try to, you know, change. They intentionally try to change their personality, and it takes just the grace of God. Let me tell you that. So they pull away the affection from you in the devaluation stage. And so what does it feel like for the victim? The victim feels confused. You'll be like, what did I do wrong? I mean, what have they changed? You know, and then you begin to experience anxiety and self-doubt. You'll be like, okay, maybe I need to try other to make them happy. Well, you will continue to try and continue to try till God comes. You would never satisfy the narcissist. They would want, and that is what they want. You would do things differently. You'd be like, okay, maybe let me do things differently this time around. Okay, maybe I should try something different. Okay, maybe I should try new. I should try to spice things up in the bedroom. I should do this. The more you are trying to spice up, the more every prostitute, they will call you. They'll tell you you're this, you're that, you're starved, you're sex freak. I mean, there's nothing the narcissist will not call you. So, continue to say, oh, you want to just try to do things differently. You're just looking for trouble. Let me just tell you, there's nothing you can do to help the narcissist. And then so you begin to walk on eggshells around them. You are afraid of setting them off, and then you begin to crave the affection and the love that it gave to you in the idealization phase. That is when you begin to try to do things differently. You're trying to say, well, let me try differently today, let me do something differently, let me see if okay, I come off as this, okay, maybe I should do it. It's a lie. There's nothing you would do for a narcissist that would satisfy them. So the reality check is, whatever the narcissist does, you see, you should hold yourself accountable. And that is why when I start to talk about reactive abuse, you should also hold yourself accountable. There's a limit to which people can trigger you, yes, but you should also be able to hold yourself accountable for your own actions. No one has control over your emotions than you do. So you should not let anybody turn you to an emotional punching bag where they just come and then you become a barrage of emotions and all of that. Make sure that you stay true to your reality. When they start the devaluation stage, they start to tell you, they start to pull you down, do not second guess yourself. Know that you are better off than the narcissist and more. The third and the final stage is the discard phase. So after the narcissist has given you the idealization stage, and then they've given the devaluation stage, the next thing is the discard. Discard is when they're just done, and then they just go away. So at this point, you're nothing to them. Once the narcissist sees that they've drained you either emotionally or financially, or they see that you have been able to identify all their manipulation tactics, they see that they're not eating to you again, you know who they are already. The next thing is they start with a smear campaign. That final smear campaign is the baddest, because trust me, they will smear you to even the chicken on the roadside, as in they become the victim. They are talking, she has done this, he has done that. Even people that did not ask them, At a point, I learned that the narcissist in my life will just sit down with a place, and then the conversation starts. And then, she's crazy, she's this, she's crazy, and you've already discarded her. Why not just let her be? But they would not. They still feel that need, because see, they need to feed off emotion, that they need that victim mode. They want people to continue to tell them sorry and this and that. So how does the discard phase? Or they'll just ghost you. The narcissist just goes away with no explanation at all. They cut you off. They suddenly act like they were never there. Then they replace you with someone else quickly. So before they go, a narcissist does not know how to be alone. They don't know how to be alone. Before they go, they're already grooming someone else who is going to take over your position. So that person too is already in the idealization phase. So that person feels like, see this guy or see this girl that somebody is not even, somebody's not giving attention to what could go wrong, and then they begin to idealize the person. They fall in love with the person within the space of like a week or 2 weeks. You're all that I've been looking for since I met you. And more. So they replace you with a new supply. Guess what? That person is not love, but probably because all the things they saw in you that you already knew was just manipulative tricks, you're not giving to them again. They've seen in that person that the person meanwhile does not even know anything. So he or she is still feel like, I've just found the one. They mirror and do all of that in the idealization phase for the person. Then they smear your reputation. Like I said, that last smear campaign, there is a baddest. They continue to smear because they just always want to appear the victim. They always, like I said, they won't take accountability for their actions. Oh, you're tired, you want to go. Why not move on? Must you bring the other person down? Not the narcissist. The narcissist would always want to pull the other person down, make it seem like why they are living is because the other person did this, did that. Is a lie. The other person did not do anything. They just want to appear like the victim. As always, they act completely indifferent. They are not, they make you feel worthless. They make you feel like, oh, it never mattered. Whatever it is you think you built with this narcissist, the narcissist is ready to pull it down in a day, because what they want to move on to the next supply. That's the discard phase. So what does it feel like for the victim? The victim is in utmost shock and devastation. How can someone who you think you loved, you lived with this person for years, is just discarding you, just throwing you away, and they won't give you closure? They won't even tell you the reason why they are discarding you. You see that reason for discard, you probably hear it from all those their flying monkeys and the third parties that they've grown, and those ones who are coming to blame you that, oh, you were the one that did this. It's because, you know, he's been tired, you've been doing it for a while, and he got tired of you and he had to run away, he had to do this. They would talk as if you all were living in the relationship together, you all were in the marriage together. They would say shit about you. So what does it do for the victim? The victim begins to experience deep grief and emotional pain. You begin to blame yourself, and then you self-doubt yourself. And then that is when you start to think again that, where did I go wrong? How did I become the victim? How did I become the villain in this story? How, maybe if I had done things differently, maybe I shouldn't have just left him. I should have just made him or her just do what they wanted to do. But it's a lie, because see, let me tell you another trick of the narcissist. The narcissist will continue to push you. They will tell you that, oh, don't worry, when you catch them, they'll tell you they will change. They probably ask for forgiveness. But what they are doing is, they are trying to look at the extent of abuse you can take. So the more you continue to forgive them, the more the cycle of abuse continues. The more the cycle of abuse continues. And once you are able to build a wall of defense, or you're able to set boundaries, the narcissist is ready to discard you, because they don't understand what boundaries are. They don't. They want to be able to walk all over you and continue to smear you like, you know, their life depended on it. And so when you're drawing the line and saying, okay, these are the things that will accept, these are the things that will not accept, the narcissist is angry. And guess what? When the narcissist is angry, it is still you. Because they are blaming you. They will make sure they have to inflict that pain they feel they're experiencing. They have to inflict it back on you. So they make you feel lost and worthless. In fact, some people even enter into depression at this discard stage. But what I'll tell you is, the reality check for you is this: the discard is not about you. It has never been about you. It is about them needing a new fix, or like a new eye. So it's more like they get eyes, like being on drugs. So when it's just like when you're smoking cigarettes and then it gets to the end, you know, what do you discard that, and then you probably have to pick another one, I think so, for those who smoke. So I mean, that is how it is. They just need a new, they need a new fix. So it is never about you. They just need to get attention from someone. It's probably because you have discovered them, you already know who they are, and then you've been able to call them out on their bad behavior. Guess what? They often come back to Uber, because a narcissist does not understand what it means for you to just go away and just, not be a source of supply. So they'll come back. That's when they'll just call you and say, happy birthday. And then they have like partial amnesia. They don't remember the things they've done to you. So they just call you out of the blue, trying to suck you back in. However, I would like to tell you that healing is possible. But the best way for you to heal is to go no contact. Do not go. Or do grey rock method. In fact, that grey rock method, I pray that, you need to be able you need to experience some form of self-control to be able to do the grey rock method. But if you feel like the abuse is something that I feel you should try to go no contact at least first, so you're able to decide what you want to do. So why are you stuck in this cycle of abuse, you might ask? Victims get stuck because they still keep chasing their idealization phase, and then this creates the trauma bond. So you're just bonded to this person. You feel like this is the only person that understands, because you're remembering the idealization phase. You remember the phase where you were the best thing that happened to them, they fell in love with you, they mirrored you, so you still hold on to it. In fact, for people who don't even understand what narcissism is, when you tell them that, oh, in the beginning this person was nice, they say, okay, that means something must have gone wrong. Trust me, nothing went wrong, because we are all humans. There's no how you will not make mistakes. You're two people coming from two different backgrounds. You're coming to to build something together, definitely you would always make mistakes. But the beautiful thing about healthy relationships will be that you come together, you realize your mistakes, you move on from it, you're able to get closure, and then you communicate properly about your needs, your wants, and then you understand, and then you move on. But in a narcissistic relationship, there's no communication. Communication is zero. When you're trying to communicate, you are looking for trouble, because the narcissist does not want to be held accountable for their actions, don't want to be held responsible for their actions. So how do you break free? Basically, you break free from narcissistic abuse by recognizing the pattern. I've said this in my previous video. Awareness is always the first step. Number two, stop blaming yourself. Trust in your gut, that gut feeling, that feeling that tells you that this is the right thing. Hold on to it. Your gut conscience will not lie to you. Your gut feeling will not lie to you. Hold on to it. Even when someone is trying to distort your reality, hold on to your gut feeling. Number three is go no contact or do the grey rock method. I would always advise go no contact. But if you don't have a choice, you can try the grey rock method. Control your emotions around this person. Don't always let them trigger you. Like I've said, you know you're dealing with someone who is not mentally stable, so to speak. I'm sorry for sounding, it might be like I'm sounding immodest or something, but this person is not stable. So why do you need to be stressing yourself over someone that is not stable and who is just trying to manipulate you to get the worst from you? The fourth one is seek support. You can go into therapy. I'm always here to listen to you. I'm always here to walk you through the steps of healing from the trauma bond caused by a narcissist. Look for support groups, try to learn more about this. It will always help you. Focus on your healing. Rebuild your self-worth and identity. And trust me, you see that rebuilding phase, you will come out glowing. You look better than when you were in that narcissistic relationship. I hope this helps people. My name remains Adiola. Please, if you feel the need to talk to me, you have to come into counseling. Don't even hesitate to walk up to me, and you can also reach out to me through the link that I've provided. You can book me for one-on-one counseling. Please drop whichever resonates with you out of all of this. Please let the conversation keep going. I love you guys. Take care. Bye.